For your house description, you need to be able to explain what is in the rooms, and to do this you need to say, of course, in a particular room. In German, when we use the word in, which is exactly the same as in English, in, we have to consider what we change our der, die and das to. Now when we're talking about where things already are, we have two things to remember. Der words go to dem, die words go to der, and das words go to dem. So for the rooms of the house, when you're talking about where things are, let's have a look at a couple of individual ones. Say, for example, you wanted to say what was in your cellar. We know that the word cellar is der Keller. So we say in, just like we do in English, dem, with the M. So that's the der word has gone to dem, Keller. And then if you've only got one thing in there, you could say ist. Or if you've got multiple things, you could say sind. Or if you want to say that you have them, you can say habe ich. And then you list off the things you've got. If you're using habe ich, that's when you need to remember that you've either got einen, eine, or ein. And eine is for feminine, ein, n is for masculine words, and ein by itself is for das words. So you could say, if you wanted to say that you've got a TV, in dem Keller ist der Fernseher, or habe ich einen Fernseher. Let's have a look at how to talk about what's in a room that is a D word. So one of the D words that most of you will be talking about is die Küche, in the kitchen. So we start with in again, just like in English. Remember back on that first slide I said D words go to der. So you've got in der Küche. And then follow the same thing as what we just said with the cellar. You can say ist if you've only got one thing. If you've got multiple things, you can say sind. Just like we do in English, we don't say in the kitchen is and then list a whole heap of things. We say in the kitchen are and list a heap of things. So that's multiple things for sind. Or you could say habe ich again. In the kitchen I have. And again, remember that der words have to be einen when you talk about them with einen Tisch, desk, table, or you could have eine or ein for die and das words. Let's have a look now at a das word, because of course lots of rooms are das. Okay, so talking about your room, you could say in dem Schlafzimmer, because das words change to dem with this word in. In dem Schlafzimmer, and again you've got ist, sind, or habe ich. Now I'm guessing for most of you, you're going to use either sind or haben, because generally we have more than one thing in our room, unless you just are minimalist. So I apologise for the messiness of my writing and the fact that it is just a quickly put together presentation, but for most of you looking over the drafts this evening, I think you needed to have this gone through. The only other point is, remember with a sentence about weil, giving your reason, that you need to send that verb to the end. So ask me more questions about that on Thursday in your lesson, and I'll see you then.